about a month after Roe v. Wade was overturned, I had a chance to have lunch with John Piper, and we were talking about the impact of that decision. He asked me more specifically how the end of Roe was going to impact the cause of global missions or affect things in the international context around the world. He asked me to write an article for Desiring God, and that article is now posted. I'd like to encourage you to go to Desiring God and read it. It's called The Global Ripples of Roe, and it's my answer to John Piper's question. There's another question that we can also think about, and that is, how did the passing of Roe ripple out across the world? And the truth is that when the Supreme Court here in the United States declared abortion a right somewhere in the Constitution, that reasoning, however faulty, did ripple out across the world, and it was used to justify the legalization of abortion in many, many other parts of the world. The United States really is the pace setter for all things good and evil. For example, here's a direct quote from an advocate of legal abortion, Nina Sun. She writes, "Roe has been influential in court decisions in other countries that have achieved significant gains in reproductive freedoms. For example, in Kenya, the High Court of Malindi, in affirming that abortion care is a fundamental right under the Kenyan Constitution, specifically references and considers key points of Roe." I will be in Kenya about the time that you're watching this video, in part to help the church stand strong there for life. But here's an example in which advocates of abortion recognize that when Roe was passed, it rippled out across the world. And with the end of Roe, there's also a positive, from our perspective, rippling out across the world. I'd like to outline some of the positive ripple effects of Roe in our next short little video clip. Stay tuned. God bless. Thank you for tuning into these updates on how the gospel of life is penetrating into the neediest places in the world to rescue the innocent and to train up the church to be that voice. I'd really encourage you to join our movement to stand for life and to turn pro-life into a world missions movement. Please consider joining our support team, our prayer team. Visit passionlife.org and make a donation today. I think that it will be very satisfying.